point. We'll get that in just a second once we can cut the music off.
I'll be leaving you for a second.
Oh, that's okay.
Possibly.
Yeah, we could take care of that. You need to be out there. So we'll be celebrating the accomplishments of Brandon Daniels in just a second. 1,000 career points. That's an amazing accomplishment. Get Coach Colley there. Get the turtle there to do the emceeing.
So BJ gets to 1,000. He gets some love from his classmates. BJ deserves every single accolade that has come his way. He is an unbelievably gifted player. Coach, I know you were excited to be a part of that. That was really cool. BJ, as I was just saying a minute ago.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
In this gym, so you have to give him tons of credit.
Home team starting lineup brought to you by Lady of the Sea, Brandon Daniels, Jacob Curall, Caden Jarvis, Hayden Colley, Nicholas Coleman. For Lutcher, it's Winfield, Pierre, Long, and one more that I'm missing. It's going to be this guy over here. I can't get the number. I can't see the number.
Number one.
Oh, that's the other Pierre. Never mind, I got him. 4 Long. 13, the guy jumping, Smith. We're underway. Lutcher controls the tip, Winfield. Into the middle. Whew, the Tarpons tried to pull it away. And they're fighting under the bucket. Winfield missed it. Rebound tapped up in the air. Daniels like an animal going crazy to get the rebound.
Like Dennis Rodman tipping it to himself.
Winfield had a shot to score early. He missed it.
Tarpons with their first possession. Daniels on the right side of the floor. Being guarded by Pierre. The Coleman backing down. Getting it to BJ with a 3. No, rebound goes to Lutcher. And the ball right away. Jarvis to Colley on the left side. Now to Coleman right in front of us. Back to Colley. Shot fake. Back to Coleman.
Lutcher in a man-to-man defense to start.
Daniels on the right side to Curall. 1 minute in, scoreless. Curall to Jarvis. Force it inside. Curall has it. And they get to Colley, but it's blocked away. Good defensive possession that time for Lutcher, but they still got to finish it out. Tarpons still have the basketball.
Nice pass on the inside to find Colley, but look, that's some quick athletes you're going up against.
Curall to inbound. To the Daniels, open in the corner. Boo! Boot bomb. I said in the last game we did, the three-point shooting's kind of been a lost art for him this season. Maybe back in the home gym, he could find the stroke.
And now the Cajun Crazels are on their feet. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Lutcher gets it to a cutter inside. That's Long who scored it.
Tarpons are kind of in a modified man-to-man right here.
Coleman to Curall. Lutcher and some pressure. Daniels will try to take it away. Pierre's got it. Pierre blocked away. No, sir. Curall coming hard. Getting it inside to Jarvis. At the rim, will draw the foul. PJ Daniels said, hey, this is my house, Bubba. That was a swat.
That's above the rim.
That was vicious.
It's 3-2. The Tarpons lead in the early stages. Free throw shooting, I think, will be paramount tonight. Jarvis will be shooting 2.
And we just recognized BJ's 1,000 career points. How many points do you think he prevented on chase down block shots?
A lot. As Jarvis misses the first. And he makes the second, splits the pair, 4-2. Here come the Bulldogs. Jaden Pierre. Cross midcourt. Into the right side of the floor to Long. Now to get to Winfield. Tarpons nearly steal that pass. Pierre attacks the right side. Tough shot, but he got it. Boy, that was not an easy shot, but they splash it through a 4 apiece. Daniels against the press to Coleman. To Jarvis on the right side. No, rebound to Coleman. Coleman loses it, and I think he kicked it out of bounds. Good call, Bryson Driggs. Nicholas Coleman kicked that ball out of bounds.
See, that's the Tarpons. Once you break the press, you don't have to go and attack. You can pull the ball back out if need be.
It's a press break, not a fast break, a wise color commentator once told me.
There you go.
Very wise. Pierre. Or should I say my roommate here at the radio table? Jeremiah Pierre to Long. They work it to the left side of the floor. That's Winfield. Down the corner for a triple. That's strong. Rebound goes to Jarvis. Gets it to Coleman. Empty possession. And now the Tarpons will come the other way. Kale across the timeline. Kale, top of the key. All the way through. Floater blocked. Rebound goes to Jarvis. Curall into the corner. Kale shot fake. Attacks. To the right side, Daniels with a shot fake into the lane. At the rim, he'll draw the foul. PJ bluffed him. He made that 3 earlier, shot fake. They bit a little bit. He drove to the goal, drew the contact, and that is already now the 3rd team foul on the Lutcher Bulldogs. Well, maybe the 2nd team foul. It is the 2nd team foul.
He's on 1, no 3.
PJ shoots it up and in and out. The Tarpons have already missed a couple of free throws tonight. Brandon Daniels Jr., one of the best to lace him up here in this program. Trying to finish his senior season with a bang. He made 1 of 2. It's 5-4. Jaden Pierre. Cross midcourt. Get to the right side to Jeremiah Pierre. Now long pass to the corner for a 3-point try. That's in and out. Rebound goes to Jarvis. Empty possession. Here come the Tarpons. Kale. Nearly stolen. They're trying to get it to Coleman. And they're going to give it to Lutcher. Not sure that I agree with that one, but it's okay. Tarpons got to get it back. Pierre. To the left side of the floor, Jaden Pierre. Now long, top of the key, they feed it to the middle, Winfield. Winfield shoots it up in traffic and in. 6-5, Lutcher with their first lead. Kale. Lutcher pressure defense. Boy, they fell asleep. Jarvis wide open at the rim. They got it across the timeline to Coleman, and then Jarvis was just by himself. Easy 2 for the Tarpons. Pierre. Jeremiah Pierre. Bulldogs attack to the right corner for a 3. Strong way off, rebound to Coleman.
Look, we said in pregame, Lutcher's not afraid to shoot it.
Oh, they're trying to get a home run pass to Daniels, stolen away by the Bulldogs. In transition, a tough mid-range shot and up and in by Jaden Pierre. 8-7. It's deflected out of bounds to stay with the Tarpons. Curall is fouled. That's That's going to be an issue for the Bulldogs tonight, because that's already the third team foul. You extend this defense like that, you're going to commit some. Curall to Jarvis, across the timeline, doesn't have numbers. Tags the left side, reverses it to Coleman on the right side, at the rim, lays it up, good strong move from Nicholas Coleman, and the Tarpons are back in front. Well, get out your popcorn, this is going to be a good game. You can tell right away. Pierre feeding it to Winfield, deflected by Daniels, rose up and swatted it away. Kale coming across the timeline to the left side, Daniels. Daniels to the top of the key, Jarvis down to the right side, Kale, tough cutting Curall. Curall shoots a mid-range, got it, the soft touch. Tarpons missed a wide open layup, but they get two anyway.
Good save on a busted play.
Pierre handing it to the other Pierre, Jaden Pierre. To the middle's kicked by Daniels. They're trying to get to Winfield. BJ's doing an excellent job in the middle of that zone defense, not letting them get the ball into Winfield. That's one thing we could say. BJ last year was not a willing defender. Boy, has that changed. Winfield to Long, got a three. And we're tied 11 apiece. Here come the Tarpons.
Lutcher pulling out of their press.
Kale. The right side of the floor to Coleman is deflected and stolen. Here comes Lutcher in transition, blocked by Daniels, but the putback is up and good. That should have been a delay of game on Lutcher. Kid made the layup, then just threw the ball up in the air. Curall coming across the timeline to Daniels. Steps into a triple. No, rebound goes to the Bulldogs. Pierre. Comes Lutcher. Down the floor to the left side, Jaden Pierre now to the corner for a three, sharp, and over the back. That's the easiest call tonight right there. Rashad Sterling rode Daniels. That's the 14th foul on the Bulldogs.
Oh, and just like clockwork, we talked about how during the girls' game, how they were adapting to the dictation of the physicality and the chippiness and what the refs are going to allow in that game. And kind of looks like a different game here. They're calling everything, not a lot of physicality being allowed.
I think that favors the guys in white.
Yes, it does.
Kale on the right side of the floor loses it out of bounds.
You got to slow down with the dribble. He's trying to go a little too fast. And they're letting a lot of contact go, so you got to slow down a little.
Terry Harris across the timeline to Jaden Pierre. Getting it to Long, made one a minute ago, deflected by Daniels. Look out, in transition, at the rim. Slam! It's 13. Oh, BJ gets his first dunk. The crowd goes wild. Now can Lutcher respond inside of a minute. Pierre has it taken away, and a foul is called on whom? 21, Curall commits the foul.
They got to fix that net down there.
The push foul called on Curall kind of eases the crowd after the Daniels jam. Curall deflects it out of bounds. Good defense. Sometimes, guys, you just know this is going to be one hell of a game. Back and forth the whole way. Long to Harris. Long NBA three, thank you, sir. It's a brick. Rebound goes to Coleman. Now Daniels.
Tyson Trigg showing his ups and pulling that net down himself.
20 seconds to go in the quarter. BJ using a high screen to Coleman on the right side. Coleman with a triple. No, it's not a good shot. Trying to hold for one there. Winfield coming hard. Getting it to the right side of the floor. Now top of the key. Daniels will commit a reach-in foul. That's going to be his first with 1.7 to go. Don't foul a shooter here. 1.7 to go in the opening quarter. Lutcher gets it in. Winfield from the parking lot. It's an air ball. So our score after one, Lutcher 13, South Lafourche 13. We'll be back in 1 minute here on KOAB.
Every day I love to wear the Firehouse Subs logo, and it's something that I can be proud of. When you come to our restaurant, we're gonna make sure that you get exactly what you ordered, and it's fresh, and we're gonna give you amazing service. But we also wanna make sure it comes out fast. In order for us to do that, we rely heavily on technology, and that's where Rev has been an amazing partner. What I like most about Rev is that they're a local company, and so are we, so it really made the perfect partnership for both of us.
Second quarter, Coleman on the right side of the floor. To Jarvis, or excuse me, to Kale. Kale. It's going to be 5 seconds in a minute. Then he gets into the lane, loses it. They're fighting on the floor. Winfield's on the floor, and the arrow pointing to Lutcher. Daniels is with the trainer. That's why he was out the game. Now he's making his way back.
He's fine.
Something tells me that, yeah, I was about to say, something tells me he's about to be at the scores table as he's walking to the scores table.
Fresh tape, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe so. Pierre to the left side, Harris. Back to Pierre. Back to Harris. Attacks. Mid-range, tough shot. Missed it. Rebound goes to Winfield. Backs down, missed it. Over the back. That's the 15th foul on the Lutcher Bulldogs, who are having a hard time rebounding without climbing the back to the Tarpons. Good box out that time as Daniels will come back in for Austin Lafourche.
It's Sterling's second foul for the Bulldogs.
Yep. He's an aggressive rebounder, but Tarps are doing a good job keeping him away.
BJ coming across the timeline. Winfield's got him, man to man. Daniels picks up his dribble. Now Winfield gets on him, crowding him. Hands it to Coleman near midcourt. 1 minute into the second quarter. Coleman to Daniels on the right side. BJ attacks all the way through, lays it up, and draws the foul. It's as simple as that. Get the ball, attack, put your head down. They're going to foul you. Then there's no one in this district that can stop that freight train. And BJ will be shooting 2. That's 2 on Winfield, I believe. And if that's the case, both Lutcher big men will have 2 fouls. As BJ makes the first free throw. Tarpons are in the bonus for the rest of the first half.
That's big.
With a minute and 4 seconds going by in the second quarter.
Skylar Measley checks into the game. Winfield will check out with the 2 fouls. BJ made them both. The Tarpons are up 2. Got to make this hurt. They got both of their big fellas out of the game. Pierre to Jaden Pierre on the left side. Now to the corner. Measley back to Pierre. NBA 3. No. Rebound to Coleman.
Good job by Coleman on that rebound.
Lutcher's either going to win this game shooting those long threes or they're going to shoot themselves out of it because, boy, they don't have any filter at all. Kale to Daniels. Daniels, good defense that time by Mealy. BJ now looking to attack off the dribble. Versing it to the left side, Curall. Curall to Daniels, top of the key. To the right side, Coleman. Get it to the middle, now to Curall. Now to BJ. Thinks about the 3. Now reversing it to Coleman on the left wing. Coleman to Daniels on the left baseline. Now back to Coleman, top of the key. Coleman attacks. A lot of dribbling, getting it to Curall. Now to Daniels. Corner for a triple. Strong. That was not a good possession. Tarpons just kind of played with the ball and then shot a bad 3. Pushing it down the floor. A long 3 from Lutcher is up and in. That was Harris.
They're going to shoot him.
Coach Crosby's just not on the bench. That's kind of interesting.
I think he's holding a pair of blood-stained shorts, perhaps.
Gotcha. Coleman to Daniels on the right side. Daniels attacks baseline, lays it up, missed it. Boy, Lutcher tried to take a charge and BJ contorted his body to avoid the contact, and now they'll throw it away on the other end. We've got to settle down, get a good offensive possession here. Hayden Collar with the ball in his possession. To Coleman on the right side. To cutting Jarvis, lost it. Jarvis trying to fight for it. They're on the floor, still on the floor. It was a whistle, held up. The arrow will point to South Lafourche.
Yeah, it's Tarpon ball.
Boy, Lutcher's jumping into those passing lanes, just begging to get their 17th foul.
Yep, super aggressive, gambling on the steals.
Number 1, Jeremiah Pierre, just checked out of the game, injured.
He's got a limp.
Injured timeout brought to you by Thibodeau Regional to get to Daniels under the basket. He's getting clobbered and lays it up and in. That should have been an and one.
That was a nice inbound pass with Jacob Kiro finding BJ on the block.
So the Tarpons go back up by a point. Pierre to Long. Getting it to Mealy. To the right side of the floor, Pierre. Now Mealy with a long three. Thank you, sir. That's a brick. Rebound goes to Jarvis. Gets it to Daniels. BJ walking it across. Nearly threw it away. Good deflection that time by Creighton Long. As athletic as Lutcher is, man, they ran like an actual offense instead of just shooting half-court shots all game. This team would be scary. And the Tarpons just cleaned through the inbounds away. Don't know what that was. Pierre all the way through, shooting it up. No, rebound tapped back to Coleman. So an empty possession, 4:08 to go. My goodness. A lot of pushing and shoving as Coleman attacks, shoots it in traffic. That's not a good shot. Rebound to Jarvis. Jarvis backs down at the rim, lays it up. No, rebound goes to the floor. Tip to Curall with a three-point try. Oh, rebound goes to the Bulldogs. Here they come, pushing it down the floor. Harris, the left side of the floor, Harris. To the middle, Neely throws it to the right side of the floor. Attacking, shooting it up. No, just a head-on collision, nothing. BJ's not around it, they're passing the ball. Tarpons commit a foul. Coach Brody may be wise to call timeout here. This team is getting a little emotional right now.
I'm not sure what's going on with Hayden Colley and the other guy for Lutcher, but they
Long.
in a shoving match.
Yeah, Long shoulder bumped him, and Hayden just pushed him off of him. The officials didn't see any of it, thankfully, because I think the second guy would have got caught.
Yes.
Pierre, Tarpons up 1, 3:20 to go. To Long. Got it, makes the three ball, and Lutcher goes up by 2. Colley across the timeline to Daniels. Daniels attacks all the way through, lays it up and in. There's no answer for that.
Well, the only answer is don't let him touch the ball.
And no one's going to do that. We've already discovered that. Pierre. Cross midcourt. 19 all. He steps into a long three. Strong. Daniels got shoved on that rebound, which goes up, no good. Rebound goes to Coleman. Tarpons pushing it. Alomar running into the official. And here they come. Curall will take it away. Curall now has it poked away by Lutcher. At the rim, they lay it up. Blocked by Daniels. Putback is up and in. There was a goaltend on BJ. Yeah, that's a good call. Don't know why the guy right under the bucket didn't call that.
Well, in his defense, the guy in the bucket should not be looking at the ball.
Yeah, fair enough. Tarpons got in the bonus at the 7-minute mark. Have not shot a single bonus free throw. They tend to swallow those whistles sometimes when they get to that benchmark. Daniels. Getting a screen. Into the corner, Curall. Shot fake. Back to cutting BJ at the rim. Passing it to Coleman, who lays it up and in. Good two-man game from the Tarpons that time, and it's 21 all. Now Lutcher on the left side. Reversing into Harris. To the right side, they go long, drops it to the post for a shot in traffic that's up and in. The tough shot that time by Dale Smith. He's going to get picked up at half court here. To Colley on the right side. Inside to Curall, wide open. Well, my guy number 4 for Lutcher likes to bully and push and shove, but he don't like to fight through screens. He just got burned right there. 23 all. Long. Pass, nice pass from Long. That time feeds it inside. There's Smith. Whichever team's going to find a groove defensively is going to be the team that's going to win. The teams are scoring at one another pretty good in this first half. Daniels. Waiting on a screen. He's got it. Feeding it to the roll man and overshot the pass. Here comes Lutcher. In transition. At the rim. Blocked! And a foul will be called on the Tarpons. On 5, which is Alomar. BJ blocked that one to the ceiling, but they're going to call a blocking foul on Alomar.
So I wasn't watching to see if it was a textbook charge or not. I was watching
Okay. Yeah, I think they got it right. It was a block.
Crowd disagrees, but they are the crowd.
They might think BJ got the foul call.
Free throw is good from Randall. Jarvis checks into the game. 40.3 to go in the opening half. Lutcher leads by 3. Now by 4. Tarpons got an answer. Kale. Bring it to Kuro in the corner for a 3. No. Rebound to Daniels somehow, who's going to pull it out. Now Coleman, top of the key to Daniels on the left side with a triple. Bang! It's a pull-through foul. Big shot from Brandon Daniels. 18 seconds to go in the opening half. Lutcher by 1. Randall with an NBA 3. Air ball. Rebound goes to Lutcher for another shot that's no good. Rebound to Daniels. Throws long to Conway, and it'll go out of bounds at halftime with our score. Lutcher 27, South Lafourche 26. Whew, we got to exhale. We'll be back in 4 minutes with our halftime report on KLEB.
You may have heard already, we're now Rev and Rev Business. But rest assured, we're still the same locally owned company committed to our community. With our Revolutionizing Communities Grant Program, our 400 plus employees had the chance to tell us which community organizations they wanted to support. We will remain committed to supporting and revving up local nonprofits and schools. Here at Rev and Rev Business, we take pride in being part of this special place we call home. Learn more at letsrev.com.
Lutcher will possess first. It is the original 5. Coleman, Jarvis, Daniels, Kuro, and Kale. Winfield back on the floor. Will inbound the ball as we start the second half.
Oh, Lutcher's consistent. That sideline out of bounds play.
Pierre.
Tarps are going to start in a 2-1-2 zone defense here.
Handing it to Jaden Pierre near midcourt. They're studying the floor. Back to Jeremiah Pierre. Handing it to 13, Dale Smith, now to the left corner. And it's taken away, but taken back by Lutcher, and now Winfield will get it to number 4, Long, who missed it. Rebound to Coleman. Empty possession. And here come the Tarpons, Daniels. We got our answer. Let's play man-to-man. Kale traveled. Yeah, he did. I don't know what the look of confusion is.
Yeah, he definitely took the extra step.
Yeah, he was looking like, oh my goodness gracious, buddy, you walked. Maybe he thought there was some contact, caused him to walk. Pierre. The Lutcher scorekeeper saying, get it to Lunch underneath. That's Winfield as a 3 is up and good from Jeremiah Pierre. That wasn't too shabby either. Lutcher up 4. Don't like the Tarpons' body language to start the third quarter so far. Let's see if they could reverse that. Coleman. Inside, and it's another turnover, and it's knocked out of bounds.
Gotta see it earlier when you're gonna pass it to somebody on a cut, man. You gotta see it before.
They're going to a man defense, possibly.
Pierre. And inside to Winfield. Got Daniels up in the air. That's the second foul on BJ. I got to tell you, I wanted to say this as we got back on the air. When the Tarpons walked out of the locker room, there were a lot of just walking, lollygagging, and they don't have tremendous energy to start this third quarter.
In this possession here, I think half the Tarpons win man, the other half win zone. They didn't all get, I looked at Coach Brody, he called a man defense.
They were not on the same page.
Yeah.
In the words of a great guy in a YouTube video, and they'd all be on the same page, they would get it. Taylor knows what I'm talking about. Coach Collie probably doesn't have a clue.
I'm clueless.
Free throw is good. He made one of two. 31-26. Collie. Closely guarded. Comes across the timeline. Gets it to Daniels on the right side extended. Now to Coleman. Coleman to Curall. Curall has it pulled away. That's knocked out of bounds to Lutcher.
Good hustle by Curall to try to get the ball back.
Lutcher's hustle is really bothering the Tarpons right now. Winfield right in front of us. Gets it in bounds to Pierre. Walks the tightrope, but it is not over and back. Pierre. They get to Jaden Pierre. Now to Jeremiah. Attacks. Nearly traveled. We'll reverse it to the top of the key to Dale Smith. Now back to Pierre. Lutcher being patient with the lead in the second half. Jaden Pierre now to the right side to Winfield. Winfield reversing it to Jaden Pierre. Attacks, shoots a tough shot, and I've never seen that happen before. That's a jump ball. The ball stayed stuck at the top of the rim. The arrow will point to South Lafourche. That is a very unconventional jump ball.
That little bit of super glue I put up there.
Daniels to Curall. Tarpons catch a break. Now can they get their first points in the second half? Curall to Jarvis. To Daniels in the corner. BJ attacks, reversing it to Curall. Inside the Coleman, backs down, lays it up. No, rebound goes to Lutcher. Little bit of bucket for the Tarpons right now. Pierre across the timeline to the other Pierre for a triple, and Lutcher has ballooned out an 8-point lead. Timeout Tarpons. I said it from the second they walked out of the locker room. I didn't think Light was ready to play in the third quarter, and 3 minutes in, Lutcher has ballooned a 1-point halftime lead into an 8-point lead. It's a 30-second timeout.
And look, the Tarpons right here, just don't let it extend beyond this. And, you know, just keep playing. And that's your goal right now is to stop the bleeding. Don't let it get any worse than what it is.
Are you coming with a set play, trying to steal a layup right here?
I would first come breaking pressure right here. Which they're not going to press.
Well, there you go. And that's how you break it.
So you'd be laughing because I'd be lining my kids up here to break press. We would go screen away and roll back to the ball with no one guarding us.
Well, I just say that. They are pressing. Tarpons are going to have to get it in. Get it to Coleman.
Full court man, everybody clearing out.
Coleman across the timeline, top of the key. Now to Jarvis. Now to Curall on the left side. Now to Collie on the right side. And he just threw it to Winfield. And the Tarpons will take it back. Curall to the corner. Jarvis to Daniels at the rim. Will lay it up and block. Great block that time. Good defense by Smith. Lutcher pushing it down the floor. At the rim, laying it up and in. Dale Smith blocked Daniels and then scored at the other end. It's a 10-point game. Coleman spinning at the rim. It's a good patient move. Boy, the Tarpons desperately needed it, and Nick Coleman delivered. It's 36-28.
Look, I'm fully expecting Nick Coleman to spin move into a fadeaway, and that was stop on a dime, patience, let the guy go by, easy little scoop for the and one. Very impressive move by Nick Coleman.
Now can you convert the free throw? You better, because you only got one Tarpon in there to rebound it, and he made it. Now can you get a stop? Lutcher scored on a couple of straight possessions. Jeremiah Pierre, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Getting it to Jaden Pierre. Back to Jeremiah, top of the key. Stands into one from the parking lot. He missed it. Rebound to Jarvis. These three-point shots have shot them into the lead. Could it shoot them out of the lead? Coleman. Top of the key. Doing a lot of dancing, a lot of dribbling. Handing it to Daniels. About 30 feet away at the top of the key. Now to Coleman on the right side for a triple. Way off. That's not very good offense, and here comes Lutcher. All the way through. Pierre to Winfield. That's the offensive foul. It is. The third foul on Winfield. Daniels takes the charge.
I was nervous. That took a little while to call me.
Now the Tarpons.
We got to take that one.
Yeah. Lutcher coming with some pressure. They get it to Coleman. Coleman across the timeline. All the way through at the rim. All right, now and one. How about it, Nicholas Coleman? He scored 5 straight. It's his own personal 5-0 run, and a 10-point lead is cut to 5.
And it gets the crowd back into the game.
With a free throw, it could be a 4-point game just like that.
Sub coming in.
Craven Long checks out of the game. One shot for Nicholas Coleman, who's had a big third quarter. And he got it. It's a 4-point game, just like that. 6-0 run. Now can you finish off the run and maybe take the lead? Pierre. Crouch in defense. Oh, I miss being in this place so much. Pierre, top of the key. The bleachers are shaking. Yeah, Lutcher steps into a long one. No, rebound goes up in the air and one. Good rebound that time for 22. Rashad Sterling. The Tarpons didn't block him out, just jumped with him, and he made him pay.
Well, what also happened there, they got BJ at the top of the defense. So when he goes contest the shot, no one's there to help rebound.
It's one shot. And it's good, so it's a 7-point game. Kale. Coming across the timeline, it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tarpons. They'll be strong with the ball. Kiro to Coleman on the right side. Feed it to him. Oh, maybe a little too late. Too open. Coleman now with a 3. No, rebound to Daniels on the rebound. Spinning, lays it up. That's a 4th foul on Dwayne Winfield. But BJ's down. Let's see if he gets up. Winfield committed the charge early in the quarter, committed the defensive foul there. He's going to take a seat for a long time now. That's 4. Yep. Two big shots for BJ. It is up and good. 39-33 Lutcher in front. Number 10, Skylar Mealy will check in for Winfield.
BJ's first points of the second half.
He's got 16. Make it 17. 39-34. Can you get a stop? Feels like every time we score, they come back and score.
Dare him to shoot an NBA 3 again. It's been our best defense.
Pierre. He's thinking about it. Getting it to Harris. Now to the other Pierre, Jaden Pierre. Crouch-in defense, Lutcher working a little clock. Getting the screen. Tough shot. Got it. Boy, that's just a tough shot. Off the dribble, in traffic, and they scored. It's a 7-point game.
If I was Lutcher, I would keep shooting that ball at the top of the key.
Daniels all the way through, lays it up and in. Circus shot for BJ. Back and forth we go. Daniels starting to find a rhythm. Now can again, the Tarpons get a stop. Pierre picks up his dribble to the corner. Mealy. Inside they go. That's an offensive foul. Gotta be something. It's a collision, no call. Jacob needs some help here. There's a miss. Rebound goes to the Tarpons, out of bounds. So it's taken out Lafourche. I never understand how you can have a guy just run someone over. It's got to be a charge or a block. Yeah. 1:21, and the Tarpons in the quarter with a flurry. Kale across the timeline. He loses the dribble. Here comes Lutcher in the transition. They lay it up. No. Rebound goes to Daniels. Daniels, look out. Showtime! He slams it home. It's 41-38. Crowd goes wild. I've got chills. Pierre standing near midcourt. Can the Tarpons get a stop? Casey, that's not chills. That's free souls you're feeling. Tarpons are content for now, letting them to dribble it out. Now they'll extend. So yeah, full honest man-to-man here.
Step back court almost.
Into long trap. He loses it. College got it. Gotta look up. College spinning, getting it thrown away. Another travel. Lutcher lost the basketball, and a travel will be called. I think no foul call. Oh my goodness. What? A foul call on Jacob Q. Brady Williams is delivered. That's not very good.
Man, I could see where it could have come from. Was it an incidental just tripping?
It had to have been a late whistle, if for nothing else. Alamo will check in. Boy. Now you got to stop him one more time. 13 seconds to go. Pierre across the timeline at 7.
Don't let Pierre shoot one of those mid-ranges off the dribble.
He attacks, shoots it up in traffic, no, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. With our score, Lutcher 41, South Lafourche 38. Put on your seatbelts. We've got a good finish coming. We're back in 1 minute on KLEB.
Hurricane Ida was catastrophic to our campus, our buildings, but luckily we have Rev as our partner, so we were able to contact them. They were available to us immediately, and we were able to get our Lady of the Sea Medical Clinic cutoff facility up and running within 4 days of the hurricane making landfall. Because of our partnership with Rev, we know that we don't have to worry if we have any kind of issues with service. They are here, a phone call away, ready to assist us because they know how important it is for us to have healthcare services here for the community.
1 quarter to go. Lutcher leads by 3, 41-38. Casey Jisco, Taylor Griffin, and Coach Brian Colley. Pierre. Tarpons in a man-to-man. Attacking off the dribble. Getting into the other Pierre for a 3. Got it. These guys just don't miss. I would assume they're brothers. Cousins, brothers, whatever. They're ballers, both of them. 44-38. Colley across the timeline. Throws it out of bounds, deflected. It'll stay with the Tarpons.
Yeah, Lutcher got long that time guarding BJ, and he's being very aggressive with him.
They'll get it in to Daniels at the rim, and he doesn't have a chance. If they could just get it into him, he doesn't have a chance down there, but he is doing a good job denying him the ball. BJ lays it in. Pierre. Across the timeline. They'll get it to Jaden Pierre. They both made long threes in the game. Harris. 7:05 to go. To Jeremiah Pierre. Now to Jaden Pierre. Ooh, thought about it. Extended near midcourt. Lutcher running some clock.
Guy in the middle of the lane, never got out.
They'll get it to the right
Never got out the lane.
trouble. Ain't nobody looking at that lane. We got an assumption shuffle.
Cubs got to handle the pressure here. This is a dangerous place to inbound the ball.
Daniels to Coleman all the way across the timeline. Coleman on the left side. They've got to get it to Daniels on the inside. It's a nice defensive play. Yeah, good job there by Long. Now they get it to the corner for a three. Way off. Rebound to Collar. Uh-oh. Look out. Collar in transition. On the right side. Nice. It's a two-point game. 44-42. I was going to stop and go back at him. Jeremiah Pierre. Beautiful fake and finish from Collar. Crowd making noise. Harris. To the left corner we go. Long. Buried it. Boy, what a tough shot from a gritty and gutsy Creighton Long. And he pulls it away from Daniels. And he walks, but shoots it up and in anyway. A 5-0 run from Lutcher. Now Jarvis on the right side of the floor. Curall to Coleman attacking at the rim. Lays it up and in. It's got to happen in the defensive end for the Tarpons. They've got to get some stops.
Coleman with some strong grown man moves down there.
Pierre, the Lutcher coach telling his team to pull it out. Oh! Yeah.
Smith, they just pushed Daniels.
Tarp switching to man-to-man here.
You have to go get him. You're down 5. At some point, you have to go get him. BJ's going to go and pick him up. Start the count. Pierre will attack the body of Daniels and will reverse it out. And BJ pulls it away and cannot grab the handle on the basketball. It goes out of bounds. BJ's got to be careful. He's fouling the hell out of it. Got away with one just now. Here comes Lutcher. Pierre across the timeline. Reversing it to the right side to Jaden Pierre. Working on Kale.
Kale's got to rip one too here.
Get it into the lane for a shot that's up and in at the rim. And Lutcher leads by 7. Tarpons are going to have to come quick. Coleman top of the key. Out to the left wing. Tacks off the dribble and it's pulled away. Too much isolation from the Tarps. Pierre at the rim. That's an offensive foul. That's got to be something. Layup no good. Put back no good. Ball don't lie. Here come the Tarpons. It's a head-on collision. It's got to be something. Curall to Poway to Coleman. Coleman spinning at the rim. Blocked away. Good defense by Lutcher, but stolen. Curall for 3. No. Rebound goes out of bounds to Lutcher. That was a rush. Timeout, Brody Williams. 3:38 to go. The Tarpons are down 7. It is a full timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 1 minute on KLEB. .338 to go in regulation. Lutcher clinging to a 7-point lead. Tarpons in the pressure defense. Pierre. Across the timeline, pushing it through, getting it to the left corner. Don't know they need that shot, but when you're going to make it, you'll take it. That's number 11 scoring in Harris. Curel has it pulled away, and at the rim, and one. And the air is coming out of the balloon in a hurry for the Tarpons. A quick 5-0 run out of the timeout. With 3:18 to go, Lutcher leads by a dozen. Jaden Pierre shooting it. And scoring it. A 13-point game. BJ's got to be careful. Number 4 for Lutcher is double foul will be called. Braden Long has been a menace this entire game. The fans don't realize that Daniels also got a foul. Yeah. Look, Braden Long is tough. He plays hard, but he's also kind of a dirty player. Let's call it like it is. He's now shoved Tarpons away from the play a handful of times.
Look, he's been pushing BJ, like he's going clap in his face. He's been pushing BJ.
And the referee right in front of him's got a smile from ear to ear.
That's a foul.
They'll get it to Daniels, and away from the play, a foul will be called on Long. He's now showing up the official, jumping up in the air. He's been doing it all game long. Showing up the official again. 3:10 to go. Tarpons throw it up to Daniels. Who will lay it up in the air. Gotta get stops. Scoring has not been the problem. Pierre. Somebody's open back here. Wide open for a layup. Falling like a turkey in the fourth quarter. Lutcher has played beautiful offense, and the Tarpons have helped with some bad defense. And a steal and a layup. Daniels coming the other way. Across the timeline, all the way through, lays it up, and a block will be called. Oh, my God. I thought the Lutcher defender was in position, but BJ contorted. He didn't hit him square. I don't know what to block or charge anyway. It was
that, to me, as a no call.
Yeah. All the head-on collisions down here would have been no calls.
It was not a solid enough collision to call the charge.
BJ makes the first. The official needs to hold that ball, allow that gentleman to cross the court. Oh, not aware of it. One more shot coming for Daniels. It's up and good. And timeout. Daniels is drawing with Long. That's going to be a problem if
I'll tell you, the problem is that official right there keeps looking at it and laughing about it. I mean, you got number 4 going to BJ talking stuff in front of his face, and he's been sitting laughing.
Yeah, well, I vowed I'm not going to say anything that I would want to say about that. And I'll leave it at that. That's why you could tune in to play-by-play tomorrow at 11:30.
Then he goes to the stands. He's talking to the people in the stands. And look, they did a great job in this game. I mean,
yeah. Overall, they've actually done excellent tonight.
Just can't handle the emotions of the game, and it's a bad look when you're now laughing and joking with fans. And
that's the main thing. Be professional.
Thank you.
And that's not.
My thing that I will never understand how you know something is wrong happening on the floor. You take the whistle out of your mouth to tell people to stop. instead of blowing the whistle and making them stop.
Thank you.
That's just the one thing that I can't get over.
Thank you. You're not a coach. Home run pass out of the timeout for Lutcher, who will have it tied up by Alamo. Good hustle.
That was awesome by Alamo. Now look, that's a 70 touchdown quarterback throwing a beautiful pass, but that's a football play. Alamo was a hell of a receiver playing defense right there.
That was pure hustle.
Now Coleman. Got to come quick. It's still down 13. All across the timeline to Alamo. On the left side, now top of the key. To Coleman to go. Lost it, out of bounds. Center will stay with the Tarpons. Curall to get it in. To Daniels at the rim, lays it up and in. So it's an 11-point game, 61-50.
Tarpons got to pick up the tempo, force Lutcher to play fast, and hope they screw up at this point.
Yeah. It's fouled. That's the 6th team foul.
There's a lot of time left to go in this game.
Yep. Winfield right in front of us. I want to say something about that gentleman as he gets the ball. That's over. It was close. Pierre getting to the other Pierre.
That was where it went back.
Yeah, I thought it was. Reversing near midcourt. Tarpons at some point are going to have to foul. They get it inside the Winfield to raise it up and in. Coleman. Across the timeline, all the way through. That's a tough shot. He missed it. Daniels flying in, and will load up and in.
Tarpons got to get back.
Fouling BJ on the inbounds.
So you wanted to say something about Winfield earlier.
Yes, as emotional as this game has been, he's never been part of it. And Coach Dwayne Jenkins with that football program says, hey, he's the best kid in our school. And you could see Lafayette's getting a grade A human being and a really good athlete.
That's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up because that is.
Pierre will be shooting a 1-and-1. Brick, rebound to Coleman. That's the only thing that could keep the Tarpons alive is if they miss some free throws coming home. Down 11, gotta hurry. Daniels all the way through at the rim, lays it up and in. And a timeout by Brody Williams. It's a 9-point game, 1:10 to go. Boy, the Tarpons are going to look back and say, man, if we could have just had a few others for the ride, Daniels has got a ton of points. Yep.
Let's see if I got it.
It's 63-54. Our score. How many?
I'm counting the point. And you said 63,
I'm
50,
sorry.
55, 56.
My bad. Winfield will inbound.
I got Daniels for 33.
Okay. They get it into Pierre.
Need a safe man. Need a safe man.
He is fouled, so it'll be bonus free throws. You would think.
Without a safe man, you better foul.
You would think that a young man who makes three-pointers from 40 feet away could make a free throw from 15 feet away, but he's got a beautiful touch, a great eye for the shot. Nice release, and he got it. He laid it on a little too thick. The basketball gods were not buying what we were selling. It's a 10-point game, 1:07 to go. Lutcher looks poised to get their first district win.
And number 2 make 2 in a row.
He did, and he also had that beautiful sound as he made it, of the ball hitting the net and the rim. Coleman shooting a step-back three. No, rebound goes to Pierre. Long pass down the floor. Winfield with the exclamation point, and that'll do it. Lutcher's going to come on the road and get a win in what was a really good game. Daniels across the timeline, hard at the rim, slams it home. One last thing for the crowd to be excited about, but it's not going to change the result tonight.
Yeah, it was really cool, but it's not going to get us the win.
Pierre loses it on the floor. The officials are just tired of calling fouls at this point. Tarpons are mugging them. It is a timeout for Lutcher with 28.6 to go. Fellas are back at it on Friday, taking on Assumption on the road. It's a little bit of a lesser opponent in terms of talent, but boy, that's a tough place to play out in Napoleonville.
Yep. Now, guys, look, I haven't seen Assumption play. I've seen Ellender play. I've seen Lutcher play. Dude, that's a district favorite right there.
Well, guess what? Vanderbilt beat them.
Oh, my God, really?
That's why they're 0-1 in district.
I retract my statement.
Now, with that having been said, they led Vanderbilt by 20, and, maybe the shots went cold. Tarpons will try to steal the inbounds. Look out. It'll go to the Tarpons.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, Lutcher led him by 20 in the first half. Then I don't know what happened. Vanderbilt came storming back and beat him in the second half. Curall throws long. Good hustle by number 1, Jeremiah Pierre, knocking it out of bounds. But yes, and then another thing to consider, gentlemen, is that this Lutcher team ain't in 5A with us. They're in Division 2. It's a much easier bracket as Daniels gets the inbounds and will draw a foul. If it's on 4, I don't know how many fouls he gets. I mean, yeah, there's the 5th. I was about to say, my goodness, they're going to let him go.
He's going to get a chemical out here. Watch.
He's pushed, he's shoved, he's been a menace, but he also made a really big corner three-pointer that helped them. Clayton Long walks off the floor. And I'll be filming the handshake line if you know what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Daniels will be shooting a 1-and-1. Actually, it's 2 shots. It's shooting foul. He's got it. 10-point game. 20.5 to go. BJ is now in the mid-30s rather. And he missed it. Rebound goes back to Daniels, who goes up and gets clobbered and no call. And then we have a touch foul call that'll put Lutcher on the line. But that's okay. 14.7 to go.
PJ for 36 or so.
Since he scored 1,000, he's had a 38-point game, a 32-point game, a 36-point. So what I'm getting at is you're going to end up with 1,500 career points before it's all said and done. Lutcher makes the free throw. Congratulations to the Lutcher Bulldogs. They come on the road and get a tough, hard-fought win.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. Nights like tonight are why I'm not all that heartbroken that it's only 1 round of district. I don't want to play these guys again.
Definitely not.
And he makes them both. 1 more possession for the Tarpons.
And look, they traveled well. I could about imagine how hostile it could get over there as far as crowd noise.
Daniels gets it to Coleman on the right side of the floor. Curall. And he'll shoot it at the buzzer. Strong out. Lutcher gets a 69-57 win. Gentlemen, some final thoughts as the Bulldogs beat South Lafourche on the road.
You may have already heard, we're now Rev and Rev Business, but rest assured, we are still the same locally owned company committed to our community. With our revolutionizing community grants program, our 400 plus employees had the chance to tell us which community organizations they wanted to support. We'll remain committed to supporting and revving up local nonprofits and schools. Here at Rev and Rev Business, we take pride in being part of the special place we call home. Check us out online at letsrev.com.
It was a fun, hard-fought game between 2 really good teams. Everybody got their money's worth. Saw a lot of toughness on both sides. We saw talent. We saw some awesome shooting. You can't really fault the Tarps. I think they came in with a really solid game plan. They made a few costly turnovers here and there. They shot a few bad shots in some bad moments, but man, overall, they played their hearts out. They played as complete as you can ask them to play, I think. And Lutcher just had a slightly better night, man. They were on fire from outside.
No doubt. Coach, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, look, BJ had 36, Coleman chipped in 12. Two guys doing the scoring for the Tarpons, and you
Look at that sheet, yeah. That's
1,
beautiful.
2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. 6 guys, well, really 8 scored, but 6 of them doing the majority of the scoring. So too much of a balanced attack from Lutcher tonight. But Tarpons, look, they played hard, and they were in the game. And at the end, it just got away from them a little bit, but you got to give them credit, but they got to find other guys to score the basketball. You can't just rely on 2 guys all the time.
No doubt, very well said. Well, look, we're off tomorrow. We're back at it Thursday, Golden Meadow and El Cielo. Then Friday, we've got South Lafourche and Assumption. We'll put a pin in it right here. The Tarpons win the girls' game. Lutcher wins the boys' game. For Coach Brian Colley and Taylor Griffin, Casey Jisco signing off. Good night, everybody.
And as always, go Tarps, and God bless America.